Hi class, Instructor Inger here to have a little discussion on when I use that combining vowel O in making my medical terms. Sometimes we use it and sometimes we don't, and that can be a little bit confusing till we get the hang of it. Let's start first with identifying a root word part. First, I hope you found Appendix A in the back of your book. If you haven't, please do so. It will be your best friend now and forever. Root word parts in that Appendix A will always have the /o, which is the combining vowel. Suffixes will have a dash in front of the word part. Every single medical term has a suffix. Every single medical term. Not every medical term will have a root word or a prefix, and that's a topic for a later discussion. Now let's create some terms. Let's start with the root word part broncho. We have two suffixes here. We have itis and scopy. Itis begins with the letter I, which is a vowel, and scopy begins with the letter S, which is a consonant. When we are connecting broncho with the suffix that begins with a vowel, we drop the O and create bronchitis. However, if we are connecting it with scopy, which begins with a consonant, we keep the O, bronchoscopy. Now, you'll see the dashes throughout my examples here, and that is just to help you identify the combining vowel and see the individual word parts. When we actually create the terms, we don't use those. Let's try another example using the root word part colano and colo. They both mean colon. Let's connect it to colano to scopy, begins with an S, so we create colonoscopy. However, when we add it to itis, we can create two words here, colitis and colonitis. See how we drop the O? Colitis is the more commonly used term in the medical field. You will see a diagnosis of colitis more so than you will see colonitis. Just the way the medical field works. There's no rhyme or reason for it. It's just the way it's done. Okay, let's try another one, but we're going to throw in a prefix here. You'll identify prefixes in that appendix with the dash after the word part. Prefixes always come at the beginning of a word. Suffixes come at the end. Now, don't ever Google a term and expect the identification of the word parts to be correct, because you can have carditis where there's no prefix, and it's going to say cardi is a prefix. That is incorrect. Trust your book and your appendix. Let's put the three word parts together. Endo is our prefix. Cardio is our root word, but we're dropping the I and the O and creating endocarditis. Myocarditis, we keep the combining vowel O because look what we're connecting it to, a consonant, myocarditis. And then peri is a suffix or prefix. There is no combining vowel after it, so it's pericarditis. It comes with practice, be patient. Let's try one more. Let's switch up the suffixes to have one that begins with a consonant, the letter P, pathy, which means disease. We can put the three word parts together with endocardiopathy, and we can also just use our root word myo and create myopathy. So here are my final thoughts. Pay attention to the word part you are connecting it with. Does it begin with a vowel or a consonant? Then create the term. Go ahead, look it up for verification. See if you're right. You might be wrong. That's okay. That's learning. That's not a problem. That's the only way to learn it. Be patient with yourself. You will use these word parts over and over and over and over again. This class is a foundation. That's what this takeaway is from this class, is that you learn how to recognize word parts, you understand how to build them, and how to break them apart and identify them. And if you have any questions whatsoever, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm more than happy to answer any and all questions that you have. Have fun with it. It's a big game. It's a puzzle, a puzzle with all the pieces of the puzzle being the word parts. Thanks for listening.